Hello, everyone out there. I want to thank you for taking this class. This is on 12-strand DNA activations and their interrelatedness to the endocrine glands, the ones that are instilled in us at conception till just about 3 months before we're born. Sometimes they continue to develop after that. And so, mother's womb epigenetics is what that's called. Things that happened before we were born that were in our development stage. So, our mother's feelings, our father's feelings, the attitudes in the family, the culture that we were created in and birthed into, carried into in our gestation period, those all affect our DNA. And you got to remember in epigenetics, we inherit anywhere from 7 to 14 generations of dynamics. So if your grandmother was sexually abused, your mother is most likely to be sexually abused. You're most likely to be sexually abused. Your children, your great grandchildren on down. So by confronting the sexual abuse in your life, or in your mother's life, you are able to address that in your life and stop that genetic curse. So for me, that's the practical application of this, is that we literally put an end to, you can call it the biblical uh, curses, that are passed down generation upon generation. I think the Bible says something about the sins of the father is visited upon 7 generations. So when we stop that, when we speak out on that, when we detox that, when we heal that, when we call that out, to me, if somebody has been sexually abused by a pedophile, there's no free pass. There's no free pass. That genealogy runs in our family. And to me, it stops. Maybe it didn't stop with my children. They got affected, but I want it to stop. And so I speak out about it. I teach on it. I help women through it. I help children through it. And it's an important aspect to not continue. Now, if somebody wasn't loved and I mean, there's all kinds of excuses that you can give a pedophile. There's all kinds of situations that you can give a pedophile. But the bottom line is you're spiritually bypassing, you're condoning, and you're being complicit in that behavior. And that's not okay. I spend my days, my months helping rescue women who've been sexually abused, who have been had their children sexually abused. And this is not okay. This is a pattern that taking women's emotional innocence, sexual innocence, their power, it really needs to stop. And I hope I can be a part of that um, movement, that rebellion, that revolution. Okay, so that's why I do at the core, but I've discovered a lot of other fun stuff besides that, genetic stuff, and I integrate that into the chakra system. And then we do DNA activations, we do genetic genius activations in my clinic and my schools. And I have recorded some downloads for genetic activations of divine genius. So that creative zone, it's all second chakra. So if you got abused, that got wounded, that got opened up, you can turn that into a divine gift. You can turn that into creativity. You can turn that into a higher sexual expression. You don't have to settle for the abuse level of violence that existed around you prematurely getting exposed to sexuality. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about the first 2 strands. Is strand 1, the courage to move ahead and integrate your fears. Number 2 is the ability to focus on something and follow it to completion. That's where we are on planet Earth. We came here with a mission and a purpose and a desire to make things better than we found it, leave things more whole, more healthy, more lively, more successful, more prosperous, um, more beautiful. So those two strands people have been working on for generations. Now what we want to do is activate the next 10 strands. Okay, scientists say that the rest is just junk DNA. No, it's not. I argue, I stand on that argument. It is important. It is the dynamic that keeps us moving forward as a human race, that heals our planet, that heals our families. And I think it is imperative, even if you're not successful in this lifetime, wherever you are or hearing my voice, that you try to do your very best at committing and showing up to make a change where you can and where you see fit. So we're going, number 3 is maintaining gender balance between male and female power. That third strand, third dimension DNA is being activated all across the globe right now. Strand number 4, the balance between our energy field and our physical body. People are just waking up to the awareness in some parts of the country that their physical body has an energy field. If you watched my videos on the chakra system, you learn that we have an aura. We learn that we have chakras. We learn that those chakras can communicate the crown chakra and touch into the higher dimensions and the cosmos. So we're just beginning that stage. Strand number 5, peacefully living in a state of acceptance. It is what it is. Number 6, the strength to stand in one's own truth regardless of the outcome. That one's been hard for me. Personally, I got stuck at 6 for quite some time. But you know what? Get out of my way, you narcissist. Get out of my way. I got stuff to do. Okay? Strength to stand in one's own truth, regardless of the outcome. That's an empowerment. That's a sovereign statement of your rights as a human being. You know, truth in your voice, your authentic voice. Number 7, the ability to accept both our dark and our light sides. So we all have our, divine higher self. We're all taught we should do good, we should be kind, we should be compassionate. But we also got that ego, that dark altar, little devil sitting on our thing. And I've often said that I don't look good in orange or stripes, and that's why some people are alive. So my dark side exists. I dated a gentleman here a while back that said, well, you're just always happy, Dr. Copeland. How come you're always happy? And, I've never seen you unhappy. You're always up. You're always positive. You're always doing this. And I thought about it for a second and I said, yeah, but I can be homicidal. I can go homicidal. I got those talents. So my dark side, it exists. It isn't there to be shamed, but it's my power. My warrior side knows. Okay? Everybody who has a victim has learned to fight. You're not a doormat. You're not a rug. You're a fighter. But in some societies, and women are not allowed that. They're considered evil. So embrace your darkness. Embrace your unknown. Strand number 8, ability to hold personal boundaries regardless of the outcome. So when I say I don't eat gluten, I mean it. Don't give me gluten. You're liable to wear it. Got it? So personal boundaries. It's really important. Strand number 9, the ability to accept and live in a diverse community. How much compassion and kindness do you show or experience if you are black, or to a white community, or from a black community, and and different communities made up of different sexual preferences? How judgmental are you? How kind are you? How accepting are you? So these are things that we are moving into. These are things and lessons that are coming into our being. Nobody's up there sitting on the throne deciding that you're going to do this or else you're off the planet. You decide it for yourself. You chose this. Now, if you're a person who's consciously choosing to activate their 12 strands of DNA so you don't have to do this reincarnation drama cycle again and again and again, then these are some lessons that are going to come forth for you. It's a way for you to identify. All right. Number 10, your ability to tune into and to listen to your soul and your higher self. Now, for me, this one got a little activated early in my evolution. Okay. I was somewhat traumatized as a child, and I ended up accessing higher dimensions and spiritual dimensions and angels and God ascended masters early in my development. And so that became something that was common for me to understand. And being able to trust that, okay, that's important. And being able to respect that is important. So your ability to tune into one's higher soul and higher self, that's important. It's really important. Strand number 11, power to envision, create, and manifest these visions in 3D. So, how capable are you at being an artistic genius expression on earth at manifesting divine lessons, growth opportunities, and open up your 12 strands of DNA so that you can play the full spectrum of music, so that you can dance all the songs, all the tunes. You understand the music that's coming at you. You understand the words, the lyrics, the tune, the frequencies. They're in you, they've been activated in you, and you're comfortable in them. We do a little bit of this strand activation when I do my genius artist activation or art genius activation, and I teach my creative class in Holy Chic iconic installation art. This strand we really give some energy, some force, some attention and contemplation to in that class. It's a really important class in helping humanity find a way, find solutions, solve problems, be a visionary, and have the skills to artistically express differently. Okay, so that's a really important strand that we really focus on in that activation. Strand number 12 is the ability to be accepting, kind, and appreciative in the value of all things, from a delicate rose to a horse, to a house under construction, to the fireplace, to a rainstorm, to a forest, to a small child, to breakfast being served for you. How appreciative and mindful are you able to express yourself and value all things, all beings? And for me, all of these strands come with the affirmation in all of my chakras, in all of my endocrine system, in all of my cellular DNA, with the blessing that so be it, not only for my good, but for the highest good of all mankind. Okay? So think about that. So all these 12 strands are in your DNA. So when we take a sample of your blood, we're testing those strands. Now, what motors those is our endocrine system. So we have the number one, I'm just going to read them down so they start from the top and go down. So your hypothalamus is I translate what I believe. Pineal gland, I see or envision what I receive. Can you manifest your dream job and receive it? Can you vision it and receive it? That's third eye, that's pineal gland. Pituitary, I speak, I hear what I receive. Okay, can you hear the voice of God? 4, thyroid, I speak what I receive. Remember the open throat lessons that we talked about, expressing our authentic truth? It's your turn. It's now. Speak what you want to receive. It's your turn now. Number 5, thymus. I clear and transmute what I receive. You can breathe in the anger, but send out the love. Breathe in the anger, but send out the love. Be the Buddhist, Pema Chodron. Breathe in, send out love. Only send out love. Number 6, the heart is I feel what I receive. So I said that one, I apologize. So bring it in and receive it and send it out as love. Always love, always love. Number 7, your gonads, your testicles and ovaries. You create and manifest what you receive. So whatever you want to receive, you are the creator of that. You don't magnetize somebody to you in your life because you deserve it. You magnetize them because you are it. You are what you see, what you create, what you manifest. You are it. You can't do anything different. So you have to keep up-leveling yourself, your ideas, your mind, your feelings, your emotions, your belief system, your ability to create. Always up-level. Challenge yourself to be better than you were a month ago, last week. Your adrenals, your energy, your fuel system, the root uh, second chakra or base chakra, I hold true to what I receive. So you're grounded in your truth. Be that. Be available for your truth. Don't lie to yourself. Trust yourself. Be able to be received by that. Now, last but not least, I'm going to go through a few symptoms that I've printed out from the internet. On DNA activation symptoms. I'm going to add some different ones to this. So a lot of people say when we get done doing some activations that they have to kind of get used to their body again. Things feel a little different. Maybe their posture's different. Maybe they're setting different. Maybe they walk different. Maybe they feel like skipping. Okay, so there's going to be some body aches and pains. That's not a bad thing. That's the process of the toxicity releasing. Your old ways are going away. Okay, there are some things that my students do while we are doing activations. One is drink a lot of water. Okay, because it's dehydrating and you're activating new things. You want to flush out the old stuff. So water is really, really important. Sometimes we do our activations in the bathtubs. This is really fun. In the old days, we used to do them in our rebirthing sessions in swimming pools. So sometimes you're going, after an activation, you're going to change careers. You're going to change your means of service to others because it's all tied to your soul purpose. So when you become activated to what that truly is for you, things are, excuse me, going to change in your life. The other thing that's really nice is you start connecting to your soul tribe. So the people in that cloud that rained down with you, during that thunderstorm, that's your soul tribe. That's the people that were next to you as you were coming to planet Earth. They're your friends. They got the same mission you do usually. That's your soul tribe. You're going to start connecting with them. So when you look back to who you were friends with in first grade, very few people are still friends with them unless they've made some conscious effort and attempts, to stay patient and tolerant and um, kind. Okay. But you will always level up in your friendships, in your abilities to connect with more evolved intellectually, spiritually, digestively people. So your judgments of others and your fear of being judged by others, that dissipates. You will probably have a deeper longing to go home because you no longer recognize your home as the house you live in. It's your home is in a higher place. Okay. You can also have a sense of time speeding up or dramatically slowing down. You're going to lose track of time. Some people describe this as very blissful. When I'm working here in the house, I can go through a whole week and not know if it's Wednesday or Sunday because I'm so involved in what I do. I'm putting so much energy and effort and focus in what I do and joy and love. And I'm constantly downloading from spirit. And so what I do is more important than what day it is or what time it is because I'm in spirit time. I'm in soul time. And I'm experiencing that. I'm expressing that. And I'm sending that out. So sometimes when it's nice to have a little puppy like Zeus, because when he gets hungry and he starts pacing, he reminds me what time it is and I need to come out of it and feed him or let him out. Okay. So a lot of people have a loss of fear. Wouldn't it be nice to feel like you no longer are afraid of something, but they regain their personal willpower. So you power through things. Like for me doing these videos, yesterday I didn't get to tape. I didn't video. And I have hundreds to do and um, many more after that, I'm sure. And so for me, I do 2 to 4 videos a day and I get that out every day. But when I lose track of time or I feel like time slipped away and I didn't get to do that, maybe I got distracted, I activate consciously my free will to get that done. And it just comes like that. It's not like the old way where I had to motivate myself or sweet talk myself into doing it or give myself a ice cream bar because I did it. I don't have to reward myself anymore. The doing it is the reward. The activating my self-will is the reward. Sometimes when I get done doing these videos that night, I'll sleep odd because a lot of information comes in. I'm activating a lot, not just in myself, but in other people. And my sleep patterns will change. I might get a sore neck. I might get a sore back. Something will get stuck. Maybe I'll wake up at an odd hour. But unusual sleep habits is where I'm going with this. So I'm not going to read all of those. Some of them are not all that important anymore, but I think you're going to get the drift that sometimes after you're doing the spiritual work, your body has to integrate that new cellular memory, that new cellular expression. So give yourself time and space to do that. Take a walk. I am a firm believer in hot Epsom salts baths, but I also believe that every time you do your colonics, your monthly cleanses, that month is like a whole lifetime of leveling up. Maybe you've gone through a whole bunch of grief in 1 month and then you level up. You're doing your colonics, you're doing your massage, you're doing your deep tissue work, you've been doing your yoga, you've been doing your Epsom salts bath, your sleep habits are good, your diet is spectacular. But you have a few aches and pains. However, at the end of that month, you look back on it and you go, oh my God, what I just came through would blow people away. They'd be suicidal. It would kill them from a heart attack. Because that's what happens. You have supernatural powers in you that get activated, that come forth, that sustain you and get you through things you never thought possible. And so I'm going to end with that. So here's to all the activations. Here's to all the new cellular DNA that's coming forth within you. And I'm sure that this little video, all 26 minutes of it, has activated you considerably. So, mwah, bon appetit.